on the background, bro. Welcome, y'all. It's your boy Jay, and I'm with the Base Union Horse Heroes. She's still yelling.
Yeah. Might as well start over.
We ain't starting over. That is some funny
You
shit.
ruined his video, Tracy.
Much love to Tracy.
What's cold?
I'm trying, but Grandpa won't get off the video.
Yeah, I'm worried our internet's going bad. Like, the voice chat's like distorting all of a sudden. It hadn't done that all day long. Yeah, I'm Bass Unison. I should have changed my name about 20 years ago because I'm not in Drumline anymore. So. But that's who everybody knows me as, and that's my email still and everything.
I'm gonna send a recipe for Tracy to make tortillas. That way she can keep occupied.
She can make tortillas and chili and whatever. She's a good cook.
Tracy.
I had a coworker whose dad grew up in the restaurant business, and he came over to dinner at our house one time, and she made chili, and he's like, dude, this is the best chili I've ever ate. I'm like, Tracy, you realize who's saying that? Like,
That's
this guy's
awesome.
dad cooks for like 100 people, and he's saying your chili's the best he's ever ate.
That's awesome as shit. That's cool as hell. That's cool
Yeah, she
as
just
hell.
experiments or whatever. She doesn't ever go by recipes. She like makes her own recipes.
I'm the
and
same
stuff.
kind of way, to be honest with you. I make something, and then they be like, "I don't want to try this." It's like, try it. They eat it. It's like,
It'll
this is
taste great,
good.
but your stomach will hurt later. You know.
Oh, you gonna have the shits.
What, Tracy?
No, just yours on her.
Oh, just mine. I got a horrible stomach.
No, I got a bad stomach too. Don't get it twisted.
I can out eat like 3. Just keeps the weight off. So.
I know, bro. I take about a good 3-4 morning shits in the morning. That's from all the food I ate the day before. That's when I lose my 40 pounds.
Whoa, that fan is cold.
Good, maybe that'll
Make me put my coat on.
She stopped right there. She paused.
He said you're stuttering.
No, I had to think of a word. I don't want to.
And I just think
Love you,
anybody
Tracy.
that can. I just think anybody that can should buy this Help Australia shirt out, but that ends on Tuesday morning. So.
Tuesday, I should be getting my Yoden, dude. Finally.
I made sure to do it before it expired because I kept saying I was going to.
I'm close to that, so that's all I do on Tuesdays is knock those shits out. I got 2 more
No, you know.
forges to do.
No, you know all the fires they had in Australia, and they finally got them contained a couple of days ago or whatever.
Yeah.
And Bungie's doing that shirt where all proceeds go to 2 different charities. In
I don't
Australia
believe in
or
that,
whatever.
bro. You know, some of these, like, okay, for example, when I went to go help Houston with their hurricane, because you know I live in Texas, we
Yeah, that was like 10% proceeds or something. Like they proved that
yeah,
that was
it was
like
all bullshit, bro.
gouging or
That's
whatever.
why I give respect to J.J. Watt for starting his own shit,
Yeah.
because the Salvation Army and the
$60
Red
million.
Cross, it was all bullshit. Yeah, bro, come on, bro. It was all bullshit. The Red Cross and all that shit, they all pocket that money. So I was blessed to actually go out there and deliver this shit ourselves. Like we went with 3 trailers of a bunch of donations: clothes, backpacks, water bottles, baby food, dog food. Like I have all the pictures to prove it, man. Like it was just an awesome yet sad time. But just to actually go out there and just help these people, man, it was really bad. Like, those mosquitoes back, bro. The mosquitoes were like on steroids. These motherfuckers were like the size of a quarter.
Yeah.
It was bad, but
Because they're eating good.
they sucking the fuck out of blood all day long. It was ridiculous, man. Like you roll your window down just to smoke a cigarette, shit. You have already like 20 mosquitoes inside your car.
Yeah, both times Missouri had all that flooding in the 90s. My whole family except me went and helped with all that sandbagging and stuff. I was like a new carrier at the post office, so I got stuck working both times. That affected a whole lot of my aunts and uncles and cousins. And
Yeah, my aunt house, she got flooded because they all live in Baytown and Houston. I have a lot of family live in
that's where
Houston.
my sister was born. Because my dad, when Chrysler had that big layoff from 80 to 83, he worked at Exxon on the Gulf. My wife's throwing stuff at me now because we've been
Tell
talking
Tracy you're
about
not on the goddamn
marrying.
game. You on the podcast.
He said I'm on a podcast, not the game.
It'd be nice to have you on too. It'd be funny.
She's putting the covers over her head and everything because my monitor's like blinding the room. She's freezing me out. That's all I know.
So you in Alabama right now?
Yeah, I'm in Alabama now. My dad
Buddy
was
who
that
just got
big
back
Chrysler
from
move in '91, and my rest of my family moved here in '92.
yeah, my buddy who just came from Iraq is actually he's from Alabama.
Yeah.
So he's all roll tide, Alabama, Clemson, bitch.
I was for Alabama before I even knew I was moving to Alabama.
Nah, it was crazy though.
I follow history. Like I pretty much know everything about every team when I was a kid.
It was crazy though, cause it was
My
about 3
friends
years
called me
ago
Rain Man because I know like facts like you wouldn't believe a kid would know and stuff
about college football.
about anything.
It was
Yankees,
crazy.
Cardinals, Alabama, Notre Dame, anything that had a history, I knew it.
Vince Young, what was his major?
Yeah.
What was his main
Texas.
game?
What was his main game?
His main game
2005 beat USC by itself.
against Reggie Bush.
Yeah.
Yes, sir. That was an awesome
They
comeback.
gave them the Heisman and he beat their asses.
But so it was like about 3 years ago when we took a drive to North Carolina for my daughter. I had court in North Carolina, so I had to drive from El Paso to North Carolina. And I remember driving through Alabama and Mississippi, and all you saw was big old trucks riding with Alabama flags going over there to the game and shit for that weekend. That was, I was like, what the hell?
Nah, we're Huntsville, which is like pretty much like a technological capital of the world. I mean,
Is there a prison over there in Huntsville? No, that's Huntsville, Texas. I'm tripping.
that's Huntsville, Texas.
Yeah, I'm tripping. Alabama was pretty nice, man. Mississippi, the river. That was my first time seeing the river in Mississippi.
Yeah,
South
I grew up by
Carolina,
the
I can
Mississippi,
understand.
but up in Missouri.
Bro, I can understand why now South Carolina does not have a football team because their fucking alcohol laws over there are fucked up. You cannot. Yeah, I understand why they don't have a football team. But
Yeah, everybody I know in Missouri and here always went to Paducah, Kentucky, which is about the halfway point because they had such cheap gas and alcohol. And they had like everything.
Kentucky was alright. Tennessee, I loved Tennessee. When I went to Tennessee, Memphis was just so beautiful, man. I actually stopped by Al Green's old studio back in the day. I met his old director, his producer. Let me rephrase that.
Tennessee to get
Producer.
lottery tickets.
Yeah, man. Shit. I miss traveling, man. I miss driving around.
Yeah, I traveled my whole childhood and I never do now.
You never came down to El Paso, bruh?
I've been absolutely everywhere, man. I've been in like all but 4 states.
I think in my lifetime I've
grandparents
been
took me everywhere.
in my lifetime I've been to 14 states, and that's just the other 12 have been just off of myself. So I've been to 14 states.
Nah, my grandparents took me to Hawaii when I was like 3.5, almost 4, and I don't remember it at all, but I have like 1,000 pictures of it. And my wife was born there 2 years later, so.
In Hawaii?
Yeah.
So she's Hawaiian or?
Nah, her dad was military.
Oh, it's military. I didn't know there was a base on Hawaii.
Yeah.
That's crazy. Man, this is awesome, man. Just
Yeah, it was pretty big military with the Redstone Arsenal, so there's a lot of people that were born in like Japan, Hawaii, and Germany that are
isn't
completely
Alabama the home?
American, you know?
No, it's Arkansas. Arkansas is the home state for Clinton, for Bill Clinton.
Yeah, Clinton's Arkansas.
Yeah, he's Arkansas. Fuck
Yeah,
Arkansas.
'cause one of my best friends went to the same elementary school as Chelsea and was a grade below her, and he moved here, and he's like, dude, I can't imagine how annoying that bitch is now, 'cause all she ever said was, my daddy's the governor.
The daughter.
Yeah,
That's the only daughter they had, right? Yeah, Chelsea
yeah,
Clinton.
Chelsea. Yeah, my friend hated her guts when he moved here to Alabama from Arkansas. When her dad became president, he's like, oh my God, dude, I can't imagine. Like, all she ever did was brag that her daddy was the governor, and now he's the president, you know? He was so annoyed, it was hilarious.
Those were the days. That was like the late '90s.
The early 90s.
No, the early '90s was Bush. The early '90s was Bush, and then it was like at the mid '90s it was Clinton.
Yeah,
Then you had
92 to
Bush
90.
Jr. take from 2000 to 8, and then it was Obama.
Yeah.
So yeah, he was the early '90s.
That's the last time I cared about politics was when I watched Gore get robbed all night long at a girlfriend's apartment. I was like, nope, I'm done with politics. I'm too pissed off right now.
Yeah,
I've
let's not talk
never
about
cared
politics.
since.
Let's not talk
I've
about
never cared
politics.
since.
Politics is just—it's all the government, bro.
And if I do care, you won't know because I won't talk about it at all.
Yeah, we're not gonna talk about politics. Politics is not.
No, I don't talk about politics or religion to anybody ever.
Well, it's crazy. I'm happy for you, your wife, your kids. I send nothing but blessings to y'all. You're a good man, bro. I'm glad
Try
to be
to
part of the clan. And
try to make it fun and friendly for everybody. Just wish I could help like I used to be able to myself.
hey, man, sometimes priorities come first, bro.
I'm just the leader and recruiter.
It's, I'm just glad to be back, man.
Appreciate it.
You guys are cool as hell. Everybody's cool as hell.
Yeah, we've had some cool people come and go, and
Like I said
they
before,
keep in
though,
touch with me, but they don't keep in touch with anybody else.
people come and go, bro. That's how it is in the gaming community.
Yeah.
People come and go. The ones that want to stay or want to come back will come back. Speaking for myself, and enjoy
That's
the.
me. I've wanted to play Cyberpunk for years, but I doubt I'll even be able to play it with my kid being about 6 or 7 when it comes out and watches me play video games. Won't be able to watch that.
Well, y'all heard it from Bass Union. His wife in the background yelling.
Yeah, we'll talk about the video games again at a later date.
As for us, we about to call it a night. So good night. Thank you for listening. Thank you for subscribing. Hit the notification buttons. And God bless to y'all.